Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sloan and Stefan's romantic implicit new couple for DOOL to try out? Days of Our Lives reveal that Stefan DiMera is on the verge of turning himself in for what he did to Harris Michaels. Rather of taking EJ DiMera's escape route as planned, Stefan will get drunk and eventually confess to the bobbies. Still, Days observers have seen too numerous shamefaced Salemites get off the hook to suppose this will affect in a lengthy discipline. Brandon Barish is still rephotographing at DOL, so there'll surely be some way for Stefan to stay out of captivity or at least get a veritably short stint. Sloan Peterson Brady is the most ruthless counsel in city and maybe the only one willing to take a case like this. Will Sloan agree to help get Stefan and eventually make sure he walks free? That could lead to some cling between Stefan and Sloan, which could be important since their loves are about to be in rocky home. Stefan cheated on Gabby Hernandez DiMera, so she'll inescapably get updates on his association with Ava Vitali and throw a fit over the news. It could lead to Gabby demanding a divorce since she's got a hot temper and may not be willing to tolerate her hubby's disloyalty. Of course, Sloan's own marriage is doomed since she stole Nicole DiMera's baby boy and has passed him off as her own espoused child with Eric Brady. There are so numerous layers to Sloan's deception since Eric has no idea that he's actually raising his own meat and blood. Days say Sloan will have to pay the price for all her falsehoods down the road, but could she find some way to avoid captivity? Grounded on our prognostications and the rearmost Days of Our Lives spoilers, there could be some romantic shakeups on the horizon. John's drastic decision, Jada's plea, Stefan confesses, Abe's intel Days of Our Lives are in. John Black considers turning himself into the police. Coming up on Days of Our Lives, Stefan DiMera actually does confess to investigators, which EJ DiMera finds out latterly. Plus, Jada Hunter issues a plea to Harris Michaels. Meanwhile, Abe Carver shares information with Roman Brady. John Black's result DOL reveal that John will be frustrated to learn that Steve Johnson and Marlena Evans formerly know about Constantine Meliani's allegations. Days of Our Lives, John's drastic decision, Jada's plea, Stefan confesses, Abe's intel. John will decide that he needs to give Constantine a reason. John will also make plans to turn himself into the police. Still, Steve and Constantine both admitted to not seeing John actually kill the girl. So, there's a chance that John is innocent. Roman Brady's discovery over with Roman, he'll catch up with Abe during the Abe will tell Roman about Paulina Price's phenomenon and the angelic caller. Abe will also tell Roman how he got his memory back. Meanwhile, Paulina bonds with Kate Roberts Brady. Stefan DiMera's police confession. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of March 18th reveal that EJ tells Stefan he's pulling the detector on the plan. After getting intimate with Harris, Ava finds out that Stefan was the shooter. Meanwhile, EJ searches for Stefan. What EJ doesn't know is that a drunk and disheveled Stefan runs into Chad DiMera. Latterly, EJ rolls over literacy that Stefan turned himself into the police. Harris will also advise Ava that there might be a complication with Stefan's deal. Star Greg Vaughn suffers scary medical exigency. Days of Our Lives. Greg Vaughn lately revealed on social media that what started as a fun spring break vacay with his children ended in a sanitarium visit as the actor suffered a scary health exigency. Further on this story, below. Days star Greg Vaughn shares health scare on Instagram. Vaughn hopped on IG and handed an update on his holiday and medical dread in two separate posts. The first bone has two prints of him hooked up to oxygen in a sanitarium and starts with the notorious Forrest Gump line, "Life is like a box of chocolates, you know we know what you gonna get." The actor went on to say that during his holiday in Colorado with his 3 boys, he began feeling a bit tired after the first day and started passing briefness of breath when he climbed many breakouts of stairs. He adds he began gasping, felt some traffic, and developed a headache. As he doused all day, he decided to take Pedialyte at night and NyQuil D himself so he could get a good sleep and attack effects with his sons the following day. Sorely, Greg got an awful sleep that night, tossing, turning, dry heaving, coughing, and the headache continued. After no sleep the coming morning, he had to tell his sons and the musketeers who had arrived to enjoy the day that he was staying home to rest up for the final days of their holiday. Unfortunately, effects only got worse for him as the day wore on. Greg notes that his mind was spinning at losing another day with his sons on holiday. But that's exactly what happened. After 2 full days, he realized enough was enough and he went to critical care. It was there that he was diagnosed with a severe altitude illness. His blood oxygen was at 54 and his lungs were filled with fluids. He notes that most people have an oxygen position of 95 to 100. DOL star Greg Vaughn, further on his medical exigency, Vaughn added an alternate IG post, shortly after the first. He posted a print of his Apple Watch, which showed he has a 94 blood oxygen position with Frenetic Season's River of Deceit playing. Vaughn notes that after 4 hours, some 4 bags, and an oxygen tank strapped to his face, he was advised by Croakers to get off the mountain. Still, indeed, though he'd another day of holiday with his sons, he decided to go home. Thankfully, his kiddies have musketeers on the trip who watch over them, so it sounds like they got to stay back and enjoy a little fun as they took care of their dear old pater. During his health exigency, Vaughn concluded the alternate IG post by saying, "No count your age, and all the times I've skied and snowboarded in my continuance, Colorado Rockies is no joke. As they say, take a breath and smell the roses." That's truly commodity we need to flash back and appreciate. #recovery in progress. #my adventures. Several of Vaughn's DOL associates rushed to the comment section to wish him well, including Deidre Hall, Marlena Evans, Robert Scott Wilson, Alex Kyriakis, Eric Martsolf, Dan Feuerigel, Brandon Beamer, ex-Sean Douglas Brady, and Martha Madison. Roman and Eric's meeting, Maggie's mistake. Ava's honest discussion. Days of Our Lives reveal that Roman Brady and Eric Brady meet John Black and Marlena Evans. Days of Our Lives highlights Maggie Horton Kyriakis gets near to Constantine Melianis. Ava Vitali John and Steve Johnson bandy Clyde Weston's escape. Plus, Harris Michaels awakens to find Ava taking care of him. Days of Our Lives Roman Brady's family meeting. DOL reveal that plans will continue to be made for Jude Brady's christening. Days of Our Lives Roman and Eric's meeting, Maggie's mistake, Ava's honest discussion. Nicole Walker DiMera offered the DiMera Mats as the venue, which didn't please Sloan Peterson. Brady John and Marlena will meet Roman and Brady at the cantina to bandy the forthcoming christening. DOL Maggie Horton Kyriakis' mistake on Suckers can also anticipate to see Maggie make yet another big mistake. Despite all the red flags, Maggie is lonely without Victor Kyriakis, John Aniston. Ignorant of Constantine's motives, Maggie will get near to the Greek con man. Days of Our Lives Ava Vitali's honest discussion. Days of Our Lives reveal that Ava will have an honest discussion about Clyde. Ava will talk about her passions regarding Clyde's escape with John and Steve. Also read DOL Tate and Holly's reunion, Paulina's visit from above. All 3 of them have guilt over helping Clyde escape. Thankfully, Trip Johnson, Lucas Adams, and Wendy Shin were resuscitated by Black Patch. While Clyde is still on the loose, we've a feeling he's not fully out of the picture just yet. There was also Trip's warning to Wendy about Ava. Trip said that with his mama, history tends to repeat itself. That sounded like a dark auspice, and it's assumed Trip was representing Harris' forthcoming death. Still, perhaps that's bad news for Trip and Wendy's love. While Trip knows Ava didn't mean to jeopardize them, how will Wendy feel after dying and coming back again? DOL on Harris will wake up to a surprise. Harris awakens to find Ava there taking care of them. Ava clearly has a lot of guilt, but being with Harris can put him in grave peril. Also read, Days of Our Lives spoilers. Steve is upset the truth will come out about John's pawn history. Clyde will have to be set up and excluded before anyone in Salem will be safe. Which plot are you looking forward to the most on Thursday, March 14th?